Hey everyone, it is your main man Lee Kendrick, Credit U-Turn, and just coming to you live tonight, Friday night. I know it's a little bit late, not too late, and hopefully I'm not keeping you from being able to do anything. Was getting ready to ask whether or not anybody could see me, and for some reason earlier in the week it took like a minute or 2 minutes to get connected to go live. But somebody's already jumped on and said they can see me. Why don't you or somebody do me a favor and drop a link to credituturn.com on there, just in case you are currently watching and you haven't downloaded the app or you haven't upgraded, or if you're catching this on a replay. So guys, we're going to keep it brief tonight. So I want to say welcome to the Credit U-Turn live stream. Again, my name is Lee Kendrick, founder of Credit U-Turn. I've got some awesome developers. I've got some fantastic referral partners, automobile dealers, real estate companies, banks, mortgage companies that we'd like to say thank you to. Last night we covered a little bit about what is your why. I've talked about mine on several episodes. I'd like to know what your why is. I need you to engage with me. I need you to hop on these live streams and tell us what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what your hopes are, what your fears are. Pop into our forum and utilize that forum. It's there for your benefit. So whenever you're asking yourself, what is your why? It's really, what are your goals? What is it that you're wanting to accomplish? Is it you getting a house? Is it you opening up a business? Is it you just feeling better about yourself? Is it that you need to get a security clearance? You need to make sure that you don't lose your job. You need to make sure that you're able to rent an apartment, that your car insurance rates go down, that you can qualify for whatever it is that requires credit. And one of those is an auto loan. So we'll talk about that here in a moment. The topic of tonight's show are end-of-month auto loans and specials. So, but back to the what is your why and what are your goals? What are your goals for you and your family, for you and your children? Like whenever, I don't know if your children are already up and out of the house, if they're still in the house and getting ready to go to college, or they're currently in college, or maybe they're little, or maybe you don't have any children, maybe you don't have a family yet, or maybe you're making a conscious decision not to. And again, those things are all very specific to you, but I just want you to think that sometimes it's not just like what your why is, it's also why is it that you need to improve your credit. Is it also for other people? Is it to help them be able to accomplish their goals later on and you not have egg on your face because whenever they need your help that you can't help them due to credit issues? So if there's any way that we can help make a big impact in your life, whether we're just teaching you credit tips and educating you so that you're able to handle things on your own, or you're handling things on your own and using the automation of our credit app, of our credit monitoring and mobile app. Sometimes I slip up and I call it a credit app, so it's kind of funny there. But how are you going to get there? Are you going to do this on your own? Are you going to go pay a third-party credit repair company? Are you going to go hire an expensive attorney? Are you going to procrastinate and never get it done? Or download our app and upgrading to our credit monitoring service and let the automation go to work for you? That's probably your smartest move. I've got a little bit biased opinion, but I think on the face of it, if you look at it, because we covered this in a couple episodes ago, you're going to need credit monitoring anyway. So if you're going to need credit monitoring, you probably need to go ahead and jump on that through us, even if you plan to do it on your own. But if you use the automation, it's still doing it on your own, except for it eliminates all possibilities of procrastination, and it shortens your learning curve, if not just completely eliminates it. So not going to spend a bunch of other time on that. So obviously somebody's already dropped a link just reminding you to engage, reminding you to use our forum, subscribe to our social media content so that you know like what the latest industry news is, things that might benefit you. Want you to like, rate, review us, tell friends about us, share our secret sauce, and that holds true also for our referral partners. So if you had an automobile dealership, for instance, that referred you, please like, rate, and review them as well. Tell friends about them because they're different than everybody else. In fact, if you are going out this weekend, tonight, tomorrow, to take advantage of month-end deals. Okay, and we're going to cover why there might be an advantage to you going out and getting a deal tomorrow. If you're going to go do that, ask them, are they a credit U-turn dealer? If they're not a credit U-turn dealer, I'm not telling you not to buy a car from them. I'm just telling you to seek them out if they're in your area. And if they aren't in your area, tell them to check us out, because if they do, for just a small subscription fee, they're able to track results without knowing a lot of details. They get instant alerts so that they can actually assist you and the people that you know, and they'll be able to help provide better terms for customers instead of just sticking people in 20, 22, 25% loans, or maybe the wrong car, that kind of thing. So as we all know, cars are not as disposable as a mobile phone is, and even mobile phones, they come attached with contracts, and oftentimes most people have to wait a couple years before they upgrade their phone, unless you're wealthy. And the same holds true for a car. Unless you totaled a car or something, you came into some money, oftentimes you're tied to that car for a long time. And if you got the wrong terms and they're not a credit U-turn dealer, you could get trapped in that. But we're going to expose why it's not a horrible thing for you to go ahead and get the deal that you need right now, providing that you need transportation for a myriad of reasons. So again, let's move on into today's topic. So we're talking about end of month deals, end of month specials, end of month loans. So common reasons why somebody would go out and replace their vehicle is going to be that you just need a safer vehicle. You need something with more room. You need something that's more reliable. You've been having some mechanical difficulties, or you're a little bit concerned about that age or miles on your vehicle. You just want to treat yourself. You might want to feel better. You're worried about your image. Maybe you've got an outside sales job and you pull up to businesses and you're ashamed of your vehicle. There's a lot of different reasons why you might want to go out there and seek out getting a new vehicle, and the end of the month can be a phenomenal time for you. Am I a little bit biased because we do have some referral partners? A little bit, but I'm also coming to you from basically having about 18, 19 years of automotive background as both as sales management, finance management, general sales management, general manager, lender, you name it, and I've seen it all. So the greatest time to buy is whenever you're ready and whenever there's a deal that's presented in front of you that's going to provide you with some advantages. Maybe it's the vehicle that you're getting, it's the fuel economy, it's the payment, it's whatever it is. You just need to discover for yourself whether or not you're ready to go ahead and move forward. But tomorrow is a very, very, very rare day. And I'm not in the automotive side right now where I'm not sitting at a dealership, but I can assure you that tomorrow automotive dealers are going to pull out all the stops to be able to help you. And if you are in the market, I'm going to tell you to go out there and find a credit U-turn dealer, because tomorrow is a leap year day. It only happens once every 4 years, and it's even rarer that it actually happens on a Saturday. And the last day of the month, a lot of auto dealers, it's a short month, it's been colder, it's been miserable, it's been rainy, it's been snowy, depending on where you're at, and they're needing to hit their month-end objectives that the manufacturers have set or the owners have set, and they're willing to make deals that they might not be able to make earlier in the month. So you need to keep that in mind, that tomorrow might be the day that if part of your why is improving your credit or buying a car, might be enough for you to get out there and go shop with them. So now, whenever you do go out there and you're looking for vehicles, you know, it's good that you're out there shopping for all the right reasons, because of safety, reliability, room, treating yourself, feeling better, that sort of thing. But I want you to remember that this is a step, that if you don't have really good installment credit, and installment credit is when you get a loan of any type, like a personal loan or car loan. It can actually even be a mortgage that's not on revolving terms. So in other words, you're not charging up and down your balances. Basically, you agree to a set loan amount, you make payments, and your balance decreases over time. And that's an installment loan, long story short. So whenever if you don't have installment credit, you need to have installment credit. You need to have a revolving credit. You need to have 2 to 3 credit cards. You need to have an installment loan, and also preferably a mortgage in order for you to get to the point that you can achieve excellent and even perfect credit. Those are basically your ideals. You just want to maintain your balances on your credit cards, but you need to have installment credit. You need to have a good mix of credit. A mix of credit can make up as much as 25 to 30% of your credit score. And so explaining that to you, if you have a range, and it's really interesting, credit scores, they run from 350 to 850. If you're in the auto business, there is a credit scoring model that goes up to 900. There are thousands of different scoring models. So if you're watching this and you disagree for any reason, just keep in mind there are a lot of different scoring models. But for the purposes of this live stream, so 350 to 850, that's 500 points, okay? And 30% of that is 150 points. So just by having the right mix of credit can help you increase your credit scores drastically. So if you don't have great installment credit, or your installment credit is at a very high risk level because you had really high interest rates, you need to do something about that. You need to go and obtain new installment credit, restart a track record, as well as maintaining everything else that you need to do in your credit, and potentially filing disputes and challenges for any errors, inaccuracies, or incompleteness that's in your credit report. So tomorrow could be a phenomenal day for you in that it might lift your spirits. You get a vehicle that you want. You're also boosting your scores. And by the way, I do want to make sure that I'm clarify something here too. Technically, whenever you go out and you get a new piece of credit, your credit score can lower temporarily just because the credit scoring models are built that they need to make sure that you know how to handle that payment and that you're going to be able to make that payment on time, because believe it or not, there's a phenomena where people will sometimes go borrow money and then never make the first payment, or they'll be instantly late on the first payment. So it just always wants to make sure that you know how to do that. So on that note, also, whenever you go to an auto dealer, if they present an option to you where you can go ahead and automatically enroll in automatic payments that match your paycheck schedule. So if you get paid weekly or bi-weekly or semi-monthly or monthly, however you receive your money, but typically a lot of people anymore are weekly or bi-weekly and occasionally semi-monthly. So if you get an opportunity to auto-enroll into one of those programs, you really should take a good close look at it, because oftentimes those will reduce your term anywhere from 5 to 8 months, depending upon what your interest rate was, how long your term was, and how much you borrowed. And that can save you a ton of money, but it also can, escalate your payments a little bit, so that whenever you're paying, let's say $200 bi-weekly, but your payment's only $395 or it's $400, you're technically making one extra payment per year, and the credit scores, your credit score will go up a little bit quicker than somebody else that's just making just the minimum payment, and it just automatically takes care of things for you, but it also saves you money in the long run. So it's definitely something that you should entertain and look at if that's presented to you. If it's not presented to you, you should ask about it. And if they don't have it, you can do that on your own. But again, oftentimes a lot of people will fall short and they'll just forget to do that. And then they'll just go back to the same old and just make a payment whenever they receive a payment notice in the mail. So just kind of keep that in mind. It also can eliminate the possibility or do a lot to help you eliminate the possibility of you falling behind. Because if you're just used to it coming basically out of your bank account every 14 days, you're just used to it, and that money is gone. You're not used to having that money to live on, and so you aren't tempted to go out to the casino or just go out for a night out with the guys or the gals, or buy the shiny new object that you've had your eye on, like the compound bow, or you found a new pair of shoes or something. So just kind of keep that in mind. So again, tomorrow is a super rare day. They're going to pull out all the stops. And up until now, if you weren't using something that had the power of the Credit U-Turn mobile app, and if you were to buy a car, let's just say that I didn't exist, the app didn't exist, and you went out and bought a car tomorrow, then you would need to actually start to take steps to challenge and dispute information in your credit report, so you could hopefully go back in 30, 60, 90 days and either upgrade and get a different vehicle. Maybe this one isn't exactly what you wanted, or to be able to get your terms improved, because let's say tomorrow they give you 12%, 15%, 20%, whatever that is. You need to keep in mind it's a starter plan. But if you don't do something about your credit and all you do is go get the car, you're going to have that same vehicle for a long time. You just need to be aware of that, and there's nothing wrong with that either. If that's what you want to do, that's your prerogative. My whole goal, part of my why, is to help make sure that you're not stuck and trapped in those situations. And I always encourage everybody to go ahead and add positive information into your credit report while you're disputing and challenging information. Okay, so hopefully that's I've made myself clear over a couple episodes on that. Hopefully I gave you enough insight into the auto business that you understand the importance of tomorrow. A lot of you have probably received tax refund money that could be a great thing. And by the way, you'll actually accomplish more if you don't keep everything so close to you. If you actually just tell them, here's my situation, I have this to work with, these are the payments, this is the type of vehicle I want. If something doesn't match up with what you want, just be candid and just let them know it's not matching up. But work with them. And again, if you're apart on payment a little bit, if you're apart on down payment, you just have to work through that yourself. I'm going to tell you that if they say that your payment's going to be $425 and you wanted to have $350 payment, that $75 is not going to be the difference in between you getting repossessed or not. If things are that tight, that's not what's going to impact whether or not you get repossessed. And I hope I made myself clear on that, because there's always a way that you can come up with the additional $75. And I'm not going to sit here and preach to you to give up smoking or to give up this or to give up that. Just hustle a little bit more. Watch your budget a little bit better. Do whatever you need to, at least for a while, but also use the automation that we're providing to you so that this is a temporary step up for you, and then you can continue improving your situation. And you don't have to just stop with the auto loan. Your why might be several different things. Your why might be all of it. Your why might be, I need a car for me, I need a car for the wife, I've got to have one for my 17-year-old, I've got to get into a house, I want to open up a business. And that's what our forum is for. Whenever you have those things that are going on for you, we're not going to give you one-on-one credit repair wisdom, because we don't want to be a credit repair company. And guys, I'm going to explain that for you. A credit repair company, if we were doing one-on-one, we would need to make sure that we get a contract with you. We would need to make sure that we spell out your exact terms of service. We would need to make sure that we're licensed and bonded in your state, that kind of thing. So again, we are not doing anything for you. We've built the fuzzy logic in there to help you walk through the process yourself, automated, and then still give you control over it. And then whenever you have any questions, you've got the collective wisdom of our team as well as other people within a forum. So it's collective group effort. Everybody's pulling together to help everybody. And hopefully this grows into where there's a power of 1 million in there. And on that note, it's at this point in time that I just want to remind you that your why is very important to us, and so are everybody else's whys. But those other people are never going to be able to ask us why if you keep the secret cure to cancer or the secret cure for bad credit to yourself. So please share the app. Tap those 3 horizontal lines in the top left corner of the app. The third link down is a share feature. That's where you can recommend a Credit U-Turn to all of your friends, your family, your coworkers, your enemies, someone on the street, someone in a store, whatever it is. You can recommend our app to people, and they're not going to have to pay any credit repair fees. They're going to benefit from the power of automation, 0 credit repair fees, being able to utilize credit monitoring, get daily alerts, get instant credit alerts, and so much more. So again, guys, I know it's our Friday night. I appreciate you hanging in here with me. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more engagement from everybody, and looking forward to getting your feedback, participation. I would like to get some ideas from each of you about things that you would like for me to cover, things that are troubling you, or things that can help you get to your why faster. So again, I hope that if you go out and take advantage of end of month deals, we have incredible referral partners that are our credit U-turn partners. Again, remember to ask for credit U-turn dealers. And if you do go out there, whether it's a credit U-turn dealer or not, I hope that you find exactly what you're looking for. I hope you get a great deal, because you need to add that positive credit in your credit files. And then you also need to use the power of automation, or at least take initiative on your own to move forward. And hopefully you recognize that that answer does not lie with expensive third-party repair services and attorneys, and probably not just yourself, because it's a full-time job to keep up with everybody's credit, let alone your own. So again, thank you all very much. I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. I will probably be streaming again tomorrow at some point. If there's a topic you want me to cover, please let me know. Thank you all.